This video is about how to set up a new agenda using EasySpeak. So the first thing you need to do is to log into EasySpeak. Now, if you have already done that and there are no meetings available, the screen will look a little bit like this. Doesn't matter if you click onto Sardinero, that's what the page will come back. And that's the reason is because there are no meetings set up. So what we have to do is we go back in time to the last meeting and we will see the last meeting. In this case, this was the 17th of December 2024, and you will see that the meeting was run then. And if we go back to a previous meeting, you can see that this looks normal to us. Now, one thing you will notice that every meeting has the same thing. They're either the meetings are online or they are in person. And underneath here, this section here, we've got something called the strap line, which tells us if the meeting is online, whether it's in English or Spanish, or whether it's in person. And I'm going to show you how you can create this as we go along. Now, this is December. You can see reunión online in Español. So we need to have the words, the right sizes, and all that type of stuff. To create a new meeting, you will see once you have got to the end of all the meetings, you will see this thing called new event. Now, before I click on it, we have other information that we can use to work out what meetings that we're going to set up. So we have this area, which I'm going to share the link with you. And on here, to save you having to type out the words every time, I've written them here. We've got reunión online español, reunión presencial, and so on and so on, so forth. So there's 5 different options that you can choose. When we go into creating the different meetings, we can designate the size, the font family, and the size. So I've chosen size 5, which is 18 points, and I've chosen the color red, so that when we go back into the meeting, you can see that it clearly stands out. The next thing we need to know is, well, what dates are we going to meet on, and how are we going to do that? So if we look down here, we can see Angel has kindly put this together for us. So we can see that the 17th was the last meeting. The next meeting is on the 7th of January 2025, and that's going to be English and it's going to be online. So what we're going to do is we're going to click onto this new event like so. This then takes us into the create a new event area, and it says, well, okay, it's going to tell us first of all what is the date that you want it, and it does it in a sequential every 7 days. So we need to change that so that we go to 2025. So we're going to change that to next month. This is January 2025, and we're going to go for the 7th. And there we've got it there. We leave the times the same. We can choose whether we're going to go online or we're going to go into this new place, the Hotel Soho, if that is the right place. Angela knows how to change that section if you need to change it to a different location. And then here, if there's a meeting theme, you can put that in there. And this is a very important part. You create the agenda that you're going to use. And we normally use the Toastmaster, Sardinero, I think that's the one. No, 2 speeches and table topics, like so. And then here, the meeting manager is me, but you can change that to whoever's going to create this, and then they are responsible for doing that. Now, we go back into this section. We just double check it's English online. So where's English online? English online meeting. So I just copy that, Control C, copy, and then go into here, Control, and then I see that it's the wrong size. So I highlight this bit here like so. Then I change the font size to 18, and that goes like that. Then I change that to, come on, click select color, and I want to go to red. And now we got it in red. Now I think that's everything I need, and I click submit. And then I can go to view your event. And now it's set up and ready to go. All right. Now, what is missing on here is we need to put in the edit the link, which I still remember. That is it, like so. Boom, it's been remembered on my system, but if you don't remember it, then what you can do is you can put it onto a sheet like this, and then it will remind you. Click save again, and now it says meet online, click here to join meeting. So that is correct, ready to go. And now the meeting is ready for anyone to come along and sign up for meetings. That's how you do it. Let's do the second one just so that you get an idea of how this is done. So we click new event again. Now notice this time it's remembered that it's doing in 7 months. So it's remembered that's a sequential thing. And if we come back here, then we go to 14th of January. This is also in English, but this one is in person. So now it's a slight difference we have to change here. So instead of saying online Zoom, we change that to, and if that's the correct location, then that's the correct location. Then we choose the agenda, 2 speeches down there. You can see there are lots of other agendas we could use, but maybe we'll have to come through and get rid of those later. But this is the one that we can use, 2 speeches. I'm going to be the meeting manager. Then I go back and remind myself, what was it? English in person. So in person meeting, like so. And I paste that in, and remember, to me it's too small, so I'm going to change that. First of all, turn it to red, and then change that to size 18. And yeah, that looks good. Click submit. Then click here to view your event, and I can see that everything is as we want. Now, something to notice: if you're setting up a meeting, you'll notice that it allows you to click on to meeting, where you can go back and make any changes if you've made any errors to that section. You'll also see that you can go to the agenda, where you can make major adjustments to what actually appears on the agenda if you want to. And then you have this third button. And this third button is to make the agenda visible. So what this means is that you can create lots of meetings in advance, and then you can decide when you want the members to see them. So I want members to see this now, so I'm going to click agenda visible, and then that disappears, and now every member will be able to see that meeting. Let's do a couple more. I'm going to do to the end of January, and then I'll leave it to you to do the rest. So what's the next one? It's the 21st. This is Espanol, and it's online. So let's take a look at that. Reunion online Espanol. Okay, boom. Copy that. And we click new event. Paste it in while I remember it. You can do it in whichever order you want to. So let's just double check. The right date? Correct. Is it online? Correct. Which agenda we're going to use? And if you ever forget, you can always come back and put the agenda on. And if you've created the wrong agenda, you can always go and change that anytime. And again, I'll show you how to do that in a second. So we'll do that in red, and then we go back to 18, and like so. And then we click submit. Click to view your event. So as I said, if you have made a mistake and you need to go and correct that, then you click meeting, and then you can do the corrections. Maybe you put the wrong color, maybe you put the wrong agenda. You can always go and change anything that you wish in that section. And you can then also make major changes if you need to the agenda. Ideally we don't, but if you needed to, you could. And then we can make that visible too. And this section here is for each individual member to say if they're going to attend or not attend. I'm going to do the last one, and then that will be the whole of January will be available to us to visit. So that's January 28th, Español Presencial. So let's have a look. Reunión Presencial Español. There we go, like so. And then we go into it, double check to see that's the right date. It is Presencial. Change that to Presencial. Do the agenda, 2 speeches, make that slightly larger, make it red, and then 18. Okay, and then click submit. View your event. Now they're all there, and again, I'm going to make that visible. Okay, so look, then we double check, make sure that this is correct. So that one was 28th, presencial, correct. Go back to the one before, reunion online, Espanol, good. And the next one, 14th, was in-person English. Let's have a look. In-person English. As I'm not going to be able to come to that one, I'm going to click. I'm not there. I'm not going to put anything why I'm not there, because you know why I'm not going to be there. And the last one, which is the 7th, and that's one's English online meeting. Let's have a look. English online meeting. Okay. This whole section, I will send you a link to it, and then you can take it from there. And you can work with Angela every 3 or 4 months and update this, and then away you go. So I'm going to leave you to do February and March. And if you need my help, I will let you can come and speak to me. I think that's all for now. We've got the meetings, they're all set up, ready to go. Now we just need members to go and fill them in.